We just picked up our brand new Ineos Grenadier. With the help of my coworkers, we're going to turn this vehicle from a bone stock truck into an awesome adventure vehicle. Last time you saw us, we got done installing Buzz Overland sliders and their rear storage system. Today we got a bunch of product from GP Factor that we're going to install on our Grenadier. The rear tire is a perfect place to store your Maxtrax or your Rotopax. Let's walk you through each of those products and how to install them.
We are going to install our Maxtrax mount for the spare tire of your Grenadier. It's specifically meant for the Grenadier. Super easy install. It takes about 15 minutes. Very easy way to secure your Maxtrax to your spare tire. All right, so the tools you will need for this install are very simple. You're going to need a clip remover or a big flathead screwdriver works. You need a 10mm socket wrench, and you need a T40 Torx. T-handles are obviously great, but if you have the L-shaped ones that look like this, that'll work just fine too. You'll also need a 7/16 wrench, although today we will be using a 5/32 Allen key because we used Allen screws on this one, but yours will come with a 1/4" hex head screws, so you'll need a 7/16 regular wrench.
Pop this guy off. You can also use a flathead screwdriver. So that guy's going to come off. There's a 10mm screw behind there, so I'm going to take that guy off.
Alex has all the cover parts off. Be the same as if you had the spare tire storage box here. You take those 3 T40 Torx 8mm screws out. This plate's going to stay. Your lug nuts are going to stay. You don't remove the tire or anything else. So we're going to take this Maxtrax mount. It already comes bolted together. When you get it in the box, you will have to put the pins on, the main latches that hold on your Maxtrax, but we have them already installed on this. The factory 8mm bolts with the T40 Torx. You're going to use those same 3 bolts. You're going to put it back in the exact same 3 spots. Get it all nice and tight and snug. We would recommend using some blue Loctite if you do have it. Just some thread locker, always helps. All right, so next step is you have your Maxtrax mount mounted. We have an adjustment plate here that you're going to adjust, and the best way to do that is to find a straight edge, something like a yardstick, a hockey stick, whatever. Everybody's got a broom in their house, so we're going to show you with a broom. You're going to place this right dead from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock on your tire. Okay, so that's giving your overall depth. And what you want to do is adjust your plate so that your plate sits just about a 1/4 inch behind the broomstick, okay?
T-handle Allen key, and I'm going to snug this up.
And you'll use a 7/16 screw in this spot because it will be hex heads that ship with your kit.
Final step is to get the Maxtrax installed. So we're just going to take these guys off. I'm going to grab some Maxtrax and put them on.
Now we're ready to put the Maxtrax on. Alex is going to throw them on. You can put them in the bottom handle, which is nice because it keeps a clearance down here for your departure angle. So one of the nice things about our latches is that we do send a QD pin with them as well to keep one side secure from spinning, and the other side we leave open so you can throw a lock in there as well. Most 3/8 shanked locks will fit.
Once you kind of get the front plate off and you can see the screw holes and the bolts that you're working with, it's super straightforward.
The idea was that we didn't want people to have to modify their factory setup at all, or their factory parts. Literally one bracket goes on, one quick adjustment, and you're ready to rock with your Maxtrax. This is specifically meant for the Ineos Grenadier. About a 5-minute install, very, very simple, and allows you to carry a Rotopax, either a 2-gallon or 2 2-gallons on the back of your spare tire.
First step is we're going to pop off the plastic cover to expose the back of the spare tire. I'm going to pop this guy off. So a 10mm socket.
The storage cubby is the same 3 bolts you're going to remove when you remove this bracket.
Lug nuts stay on. T40 in 3 locations comes off. And once we get this guy removed, we will start installing the Rotopax bracket. All right, so using the same bolts that you just removed to take that plastic bracket off, you're going to use again to install the Rotopax mount. So same T40 Torx handle. Next step is we're going to install the Rotopax mount. This is sold separately from the GP Factor mount bracket.
You can mount it horizontally or you can mount it vertically. It will fit 2-gallon Rotopax, both 2-gallon Rotopax they make. You can get the extension and stack them, or you can buy the giant 4-gallon long one that would stretch from the tire this way.
So the next step would be to adjust your bracket to clear your Rotopax from your tire. So you would do that by adjusting these 4 bolts, fore and aft, with a 7/16 wrench. This one's already set to size, so we're going to throw the Rotopax on.
The mount's very easy, very simple to use, and obviously it secures a couple extra gallons of gas for your adventures on the back of your Grenadier spare tire.
GP Factor offers 2 tailgate table options. First is their standard drop-down table that we've seen in their canopy campers, the Alu cabins, as well as Jeeps and Broncos. Both options give you a massive work surface that's perfect for prepping food or just hanging out. Now let's walk you through both of those installs.
Very, very easy install.
We're going to replace the existing storage bin right here, and just with a few bolts, we're going to have a new table down here.
You're going to take out these M6 Torx head screws, use a T27 Torx head. We're going to put the table back on T27 M6 Torx screws, a little bit longer, very simple.
So we got the factory plastics off. We're gonna head over to our little work table and start prepping the tailgate table to get installed.
So each table is going to come with a weather-resistant foam gasket that you're going to put on. So you'll take your factory cover off, and then you're going to put this on the back of your table before you install your table on the back of the tailgate. You get about 8 feet of this from us. It's got an adhesive back to it. Primarily going to put that on the outside edge, which will go on the outside of the bolts. So it just gives like a nice cushioning for the tabletop. Also, if there's any ventilation happening on the back of the tailgate, this also seals it from coming in.
We're going to bring the table over to the back door of the Grenadier. We're going to use these T27 bolts with washers. We're going to bring the table over to the back of the Grenadier. We're going to use the M6 bolts with a little dab of blue Loctite on each one. That'll come supplied with the kit, and get this table installed. Get 2 started to hold the table. I removed the cutting board just to make my life a little easier, to make it a little lighter. Right now everything's just loose. I'm just moving the table out of the way so I can get to the bottom bolts a little bit easier, and then we'll start tightening everything up. So we're going to go around in kind of like an X pattern and tighten everything up. Equally tightening the table around, keep the gaps the same. Just keep moving around till you got all of them tight.
All right, we're going to show you one more little detail we did with all the tables that we're going to be putting out for the Grenadier. We actually added form lines in here that follow the contour of the door. So this is not just a flat panel. This is specifically meant to follow the contour of the door so you get the best fit and finish possible on your table.
This thing is awesome. Right now we have a partner steel 2-burner stove. We got straps, gloves, keys, water. Cutting board's not even out all the way. More than just like a cooking table, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a great working surface. I mean, I would say we use ours for camping, obviously, and cooking, but I use it a lot just for daily life. A place to put stuff when I'm working on the truck or groceries or anything you can imagine. It's just a great tool to have for the back of your Grenadier.
If you're looking for even more gear for your Grenadier, check out GP Factor's tailgate table options. Their second option is a tailgate table that has an additional storage cubby built into it. There's even a spot to add an LED light. The cubby just gives you that little bit of additional storage that's perfect for cutlery and spices. So you can see all the way around the perimeter of this factory piece is a bunch of T27 bolts. So I'm just going to work my way around and take this whole thing off. We're going to keep the factory hardware inside the factory piece. We're going to store this away just in case we ever want to put it back or if somebody else needs it. There you go, off to the shed. So before we start the install, I wanted to go over a few things. You can see that there's a film on top of the stainless steel. All food grade stainless steel is going to come with this. Once we get the table installed, we'll peel all this off and you're going to have a nice stainless steel table underneath. We're also going to be installing the optional light. This is a National Luna light. It's a touch light. You have 3 different brightnesses, so 1, 2, 3. If you hold that button down, it'll go from white to red. And then if you wanted to go from red to white, you would just hold the power button and it'll switch from red to white. So we're going to install this guy as well. We're going to start with that and then we'll bring the table over to the truck and then we'll get it installed. So when it comes to wiring that National Luna light, what we're going to suggest is that you go through the factory loom just to get into the cab of the truck, and then you can run the wire to your auxiliary battery. So to install the tailgate table, you're going to use a T30 Torx and the GP Factor supplied hardware. So we're going to go around and start tightening everything up. There's going to be a little bit of adjustment, so don't tighten any one bolt down yet until you get all of them in. And once you get them all in and everything's happy, then you can go around and tighten everything. I'm picking up on the bottom of the table a little bit just to kind of take some weight off of it, and that way I can get the screw in. All right, so now we got the table in place. Everything's still loose. I'm going to take my T27 Torx and start going around and start tightening everything up. Again, I'm not going to go in a straight line. I'm going to kind of jump around like you would on your lug nuts just to make sure it's nice and tight and square. So for the final step, we're going to get this protective film peeled off and check this table out. Sweet, so there you have it. Nice stainless steel top. We pushed out that really nice bamboo cutting board that really extends your work surface. This thing is not only meant for cooking. If you want to work on the road, you have a nice table. If you're at a tailgate with some friends, you have a place to come hang out, make drinks, eat snacks. This is how the National Lunar Light works. Right now I have it set to red. Like we mentioned, you have 3 different levels of brightness. If you hold it, it'll switch to white, just like that. And same thing, you have 3 different brightnesses of white as well. The red is really nice at night so that your eyes don't dilate. It also doesn't blind everybody else around you. So that's gonna be a wrap for this video. We hope you enjoyed it, but make sure you check out the next video where we install a set of iBox springs and some 34-inch KO2s. So for now, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. We'll see you on the next one.